This episode of Techno Buffalo is brought to you by Full Sail University. Hello, Internet, and welcome back to another episode of Ask the Buffalo, the show where you can ask me, Ashley Esqueda, any question you might have from the wide world of technology. Every Tuesday, we put up a call for questions on technobuffalo.com. You can leave your question in that post comments. Otherwise, you can send them to me any time of the day or night at TechnoBuffalo or at Ashley Esqueda on Twitter. Just use the hashtag AskTheBee so I can see it and usually answer between 3 and 5 questions every episode. Let's get answering. This is Ask the Buffalo. Twitter user Fayez Halani asks, hey, what do you think about the PhoneBloks concept? Will they become real? Could they really be useful? Thanks. Well, I think PhoneBloks is a really nice idea. I think idealistically, yes, it would of course be great to sort of put together your phones and have this sort of motherboard in the middle, and then you sandwich everything together with your favorite parts. Idealistically, great idea. Unfortunately, I think realistically, it's not exactly a great plan, because here's a couple of hurdles that you're gonna have to get through. You're gonna have to get through OEMs making parts for this. So let's say you want a Lumia camera. So well, now Nokia has to make a camera that is compatible with that. And in addition to having those pieces, you also need to have a software kit that's going to be able to be programmed to recognize all of those parts. Really, at the end of the day, I think that it's a really good idea, but unfortunately, I don't think we'll be seeing anything like that in the near future. However, I do think that at some point in our lives, putting together a cell phone is going to be the same type of process as building your own desktop computer. Who knows, maybe we'll use a Linux OS or something that's also open source. You could use Android to build your phone. So it'll be a really interesting thing to see if it happens at any point, but I don't know that PhoneBloks is something that will come to pass officially. Twitter user D. Maroth says, how important is iOS 7 adoption to Apple? Will they drop support quickly for older versions, or do they care? I think that we know that by iOS 7, you can't use it with some older devices. So that's something that you have to think about. If you've got a first generation iPad, you're not gonna be able to use iOS 7. If you have an older iPhone 3GS or earlier, you can't use it. But then again, the thing is to move forward, I think Apple and every other OEM, whether it's Android, Windows Phone, or other, understands that at some point you have to drop older supports. So, for example, with the Xbox, a lot of people were really upset that it doesn't support backwards compatibility. But on that same note, don't we want to move forward? I mean, it's a sacrifice to be made, but at the end of the day, I would rather go forward and have more bells and whistles and amazing things on the device itself, as opposed to saying, okay, well, I can play my old games on this, when you remember that the Xbox 360 is almost 10 years old. So I don't think iOS 7 adoption is that important to Apple. I mean, obviously they've already surpassed the most recent version of Android adoption just because it's easier for them to push that update. I think they just say, hey, here's the software, take it or leave it. Daniel asks, what are some good prepaid cell phone plans? I'm starting to price smartphone plans, which is hard because I'm not on a family plan. Just wondering what you recommend. Thanks. My recommendation is actually something that I've recommended quite a few people recently. T-Mobile actually has a prepaid plan. It's kind of hidden on the website. $30 a month. You get a lot of data. You get unlimited data. It's a whole bunch of data, or up to, I think it's like up to 5 gigs before they start throttling you. And it's $30 a month and you get like 100 minutes. I'm not one who uses my phone to talk a lot. I just use data all the time. So it's a great plan for anybody who doesn't really use their phone as a phone. Or if you have a device that supports Wi-Fi calling, that's another thing that you could totally use on T-Mobile. So that one's really good. And then AT&T also has a pretty good prepaid plan, but it just depends on what your service is like in your area. So I would just poke around. I really like T-Mobile's prepaid. That $30 a month is a really good little SIM card. And obviously AT&T has a pretty decent one too. And lastly, Josh asks, what do you do with your old iOS devices when you upgrade your phone or tablet to the latest and greatest? Well, 2 things. If it's really recent, for example, the iPhone 5S, I will be picking up, or I've already picked up at this point in the game, hopefully, fingers crossed. I sold my iPhone 5 to somebody on Craigslist. Put it up on Craigslist, sold it, same day, super easy. Cash in hand, able to pay off my phone again. Like I kind of use that to sort of subsidize my own devices, if that makes sense. But if I have anything that I really am like, well, I don't know that I'll get a lot of money out of this and someone in my family can use it, I will give it to someone in my family. I know that many members of my family have benefited from the hand-me-down Ashley Esqueda program, the technology program that I run. It always makes me feel like a little Oprah to be able to like give somebody something really cool, a piece of technology. So yeah, that's what I like to do. And sometimes I'll even, give a phone away on a podcast or something like that. I gotta interrupt this episode for a quick little shout out to Full Sail University. Obviously, apps are huge. They're everywhere. And we've all had those little ideas that make you say, oh, I should totally build that app, right? Well, Full Sail University's online mobile development bachelor's degree program can teach you how to make an app from concept to post-launch marketing. Oh, even better, you do the whole thing from the comfort of your own home via Full Sail's online education platform. With Full Sail's mobile dev program, you learn both sides of app development for iOS and Android, creating your app with advanced programming languages, and then launching and managing the business of your app once it's complete. But Ashley, you say, I don't have a good enough computer to run lines of advanced code, and I can't afford all that expensive software. You know what? That's okay, because Full Sail's Project Launchbox program gives students a MacBook Pro preloaded with industry software plus iOS and Android devices to test your app on. Now, if you're ready to make that killer app and you're interested in learning more about Full Sail's online degree program, head over to fullsail.edu/technobuffalo. Well, that's it for this week's Ask the Buffalo. Thank you so much for watching. Please give the show a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. We really appreciate that. And check us out at technobuffalo.com for all the latest and greatest tech news. Also, before I go, a huge mega congratulations to our very own OG Buffalo, John Rettinger, and his lovely wife on their new arrival. Baby Rettinger is here. Send your love in the comments because I know he reads them. And until next week, I'm Ashley Esqueda. See you next time. Hey guys, Ashley here. Just wanted to let you know that if you liked what you just saw, we've got 2 other shows that go live every single week. Rettinger's Rants, where John totally goes nuts about issues that bug him across consumer technology, and Rumor Roundup, where he tells you all about the best rumors in the world of tech. So click the text below that says subscribe, and if you want to check out either of those shows, click right over here. See you next time. Thanks for watching.